Fear-based marketing is by far the most effective form of marketing that you can use to sell products or services. But warning, okay? And yes, this is a serious warning I'm gonna do before we go into this video and this topic, is that fear-based marketing is literally so powerful. You can use it to sell people in a inauthentic or dishonest or even manipulative way. Now, I'm gonna be going over this marketing concept that few marketers have gone over, but you have to make me a promise first. Please, do not use this in a manipulative way. Do not use this to sell customers that shouldn't be buying your product. Do not do this in a inauthentic or just dishonest way. Be a good person. Follow your local and state and city laws, okay? So, for instance, don't advertise to gambling addicts gambling programs would be a good example of this. Or don't advertise weight loss products to anorexics, okay? They'll buy them. So again, market it in an honest and just a good person way. Whew, this is an exciting topic, fear-based marketing. So there's three main ways you can use fear-based marketing to market any product or service you're talking about. Okay, the biggest thing is you want to figure out what problems, and we're gonna talk about problems and pain points in people's life, what problems people are having in their life. Now, a few examples of this are people might be paying too much money on their mortgage or student loan bills, right? They don't have enough money, they don't make enough money, they have, extra fat on their belly, they have extra fat on their neck, they, have wrinkles on their skin, okay? These could all be examples of problems. The more you name out problems and the more you figure out what your customer's problem is, the better. But we have to go a step deeper to really make these things real. You have to get into pain points. And what are specific pain points with being in debt or not making enough money? Well, a specific pain point, these get specific, and you should call these out when you're talking to folks. Let me riff for a second. Is that cool? So, do you hate it when you go to a restaurant and you're looking at the menu and the item you want is the most expensive item and you're not sure if you should order it or not, and you feel guilty? Either you don't order it and you feel bad that you don't have enough money to buy that nice steak, or to get that 16-ounce filet mignon when you only ordered the 8-ounce because you didn't want to pay the extra 40 bucks. Or maybe you order the $80 steak and you feel guilty afterwards, right? That is a specific pain point. When you're negotiating between the 8 or the 12-ounce filet mignon and it comes down to money, and either way you're gonna feel bad. You hate those situations? Yeah. That results from not having enough money. Or do you hate it when your friends plan trips? Maybe your friends or your family are planning vacations, but you have to make up some false excuse. You have to do some white lie, explaining why you can't go on the vacation with your friends or your family because you don't have enough money, right? That's a specific pain point. But probably the biggest one in my market is, do you hate it when you wake up and the first thought you have, you feel like 1,000 pounds, you feel this tightness in your chest before you even get out of bed because you just hate going to work so much, and you hate your boss, and you hate the customers you have to deal with, and you're just not passionate about what you do for work. You don't feel like you're helping people. And furthermore, you're tired, your boss constantly talks down to you because when you go to work, your boss is gonna make some comment about your mustache that you've been growing out in a demeaning way, and you just hate that feeling, right? Getting really specific with customers and their pain points, not just their problems, like not having enough money, but getting real specific with their pain points is gonna help you sell way more products. Now, an example from one of literally my favorite marketer of all time, which is Craig Clemens, goes like this. He talks about selling skincare products. And the way some marketers might sell skincare products, the way the amateur marketers sell skincare products is they say, hey, you know, this skincare product has hydrochlorine, which, makes your skin look shinier and more healthier. But another way that you could sell skincare products is you could say, hey, look younger, look and feel younger. Look and feel more youthful and prettier and more beautiful, right? Those are, the first example was features, right? The second example was benefits. Features, benefits. But those are the good side of marketing. We have to go a little bit further down to the dark side of marketing to really get to where the most effective is. Now, going on the dark side, the flip side of this, going into problems and pain points. A problem would be, are you tired of waking up in the morning and looking at your saggy, wrinkly skin, right? Are you tired of waking up in the morning? You know, are you tired of looking old? That's a problem, right? You're tired of looking old. You know, and I'm not saying you market exactly this way because it can be offensive, but I'm just showing you what's possible with fear-based marketing. Now, really getting into fear-based marketing in this is going into the pain point. And the ultimate is magnifying it, right? If we can magnify the problems and the pain points, we win. The bigger you make a problem in a person's life, the more likely they will to buy. So with selling skincare, for instance, if I were to say, are you tired? Like, let's say this is a video sales letter or a web page or some sort of, maybe it's a sales call. So are you tired of that feeling of waking up in the morning and going into the mirror and being reminded that you are no longer the young, beautiful self you used to be? And it reminds you of how your husband doesn't look at you the same way he did when you were younger in your relationship. And do you ever get that feeling of jealousy because you know your husband goes to work with younger and more beautiful women and assistants every day, and he no longer is giving you that same physical affection that he once did? Maybe you're feeling angry. Maybe you're feeling sad. Maybe you're feeling guilty for not having maintained your skin earlier in your relationship, or smoking. Jealousy, all these things, right? But going even deeper, magnifying it, is getting into the worst possible scenarios, right? Your husband leaves you, creating a story around this. Your husband, for his assistant. You die, you get passed up for a raise because you look old, right? And if you really, and again, I have so much respect for older folks, and I have no problem with wrinkles or anything. But skincare is skincare is probably one of the biggest markets in the world, and it has been for tens of thousands of years. People have literally been buying skincare products for over 10,000 years. I'm not joking. Like skin creams and oils and stuff. It's been being sold for 10,000 years. So the more you can create these massive problems, right? That having a wrinkle is gonna, you're gonna die and your husband's gonna leave you, or you don't make enough money, your kids are gonna starve, you're gonna starve, your whole family's gonna disown you, right? Getting into these worst possible case scenarios by magnifying those problems and those pain points in your website funnels, in your marketing, in your customer testimony, cherry picking customer testimonials that speak to these problems and pain points is gonna help you a lot. If you can cherry pick customer testimonials for whatever business you're doing or service you're selling, maybe there is a customer saying, let's say for me, for instance, right? If I had a customer that said my wife left me because I wasn't making enough money, my family disowned me, saying I was a deadbeat, and I felt stupid, and my kids starved to death. But, or, you know, my kids were on the brink of, you know, starvation. And then I bought John Crestani's training program, the Super Affiliate System. And I bought it with the last dollars I have, and it was my final hope. And then what happened was a miracle. And I started earning, you know, $10 trillion an hour. And my family accepted me back in, even making me the leader of my family. I found a new young wife, or my wife, you know, came back to me and married me again, and we have 3 more children, and my kids are happy and they're going to private boarding school somewhere, right? Like, that would be the ultimate testimonial. Like, somebody was on the verge of death and then they came back to life, or they were reborn. And the more you can work in those stories, right, those massive pain points, into and magnify them, the better you and more effective you will be with fear-based marketing. Now, let me know if this makes sense. Let me know if you understand what I'm talking about, and if I'm explaining these concepts clearly enough for you to be able to actually implement in your marketing itself. I understand I haven't given specific examples of showing you where this is done, but this is done in the copy. This is done in the testimonials. This is done in whatever you're doing, whether it's a brochure or a business card. You're calling out these things, and you're trying to make them real. Cool, guys, thank you. Make sure you subscribe and to my channel, and enable notifications, because I do live streams. I'm gonna start doing live streams. A lot of you have asked me about that. So you'll only get notified of the live streams if you hit the notification bell. I talk about marketing on this channel. I talk about marketing tactics and concepts, and I show step-by-step tutorials on my computer screen from time to time, showing you exactly how to implement some of these things in practice. I've made tens of millions of dollars selling products online. I've helped out tens of thousands of students as well. You know, I made money before I ever became a teacher and started coaching and selling training courses and whatnot. And I look forward to helping you start your own online business and live freaking free, right? Live freaking free, be your own man or woman, and just have an awesome life. Do whatever it is that you were born here to do. Maybe that's build a house or a family compound for your great and growing family. Maybe that's building a church and helping others learn about, you know, what it means to be a good person. Maybe that means, you know, building a company that goes into space. Maybe that means you going into space. Whatever that is, whatever that big goal is, you're not gonna be able to accomplish it unless you make some freaking money, unless you get serious about what you're doing and stop trading your time for money. Stop earning a wage or a salary or doing deliveries of human beings or food, doing, you know, being an Uber or a Lyft driver or a DoorDash driver, right? You gotta get serious about making freaking money to enable you to live out whatever your goals are, assuming that you're a good person. Now, let's freaking go. Let's use these marketing tactics and make money, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.